JanusCoder is here. It comes in various flavors. There is a vision model and then there is just a text model. In this video, we are going to install this JanusCoder with text and image compatibility. So I'm going to go with this 8 billion version in Vision. We are going to install it, test it on various benchmarks. But before that, let's talk a bit more about this model and its architecture. JanusCoder is a unified multimodal model series built to bridge visual and programmatic understanding for code intelligence. So the major focus is totally on code. It is not a general purpose model. So what they primarily have done, they have taken various other very performant models like Qwen 3, Qwen 2.5, and they have merged their text and vision capabilities. For instance, this 8 billion model, the text one, it is based on Qwen 3, whereas this one is based on Qwen 2.5 vision plus intern VL 3.58 billion. The models are trained on JanusCode 800K, which is the largest multimodal code dataset to date. This extensive dataset enables JanusCoder to interpret and generate code from both textual and visual prompts. If you look at its architecture, it is extremely, I would say, interesting, not only very unique in a sense that it is merging a lot of things, but very impressive too. I will be talking more about it as we go down the video, but for now let's get it installed. I'm going to use this Ubuntu system. I have one GPU card, NVIDIA RTX A6000 with 48 GB of VRAM. If you're looking to rent a GPU on very affordable price, you can find the link to Mass Compute in video's description with a discount coupon code of 50% for range of GPUs. And now let's install all the prerequisites in the virtual environment which I have created. Mainly it is Torch and Transformer. While it gets installed, let me introduce our sponsors who are iGent, which is the world's first multi-agent workforce desktop application that empowers you to build, manage and deploy a custom AI workforce that can turn your most complex workflows into automated tasks. And everything is installed. Next up, let's log in to Hugging Face as we need to download the model. I'm already logged in, but if you don't, just go to Hugging Face profile, grab your free read token and you should be able to log in quite easily. Next up, let's download the model. I'm just going to go with JanusCoderV 8 billion. It is going to take some time to get installed. I believe there are 4 shards. While it downloads, let's talk a bit more around its architecture. So if you look at this diagram, the JanusCoder, it is working like a smart bridge that connects what we see with the code that makes it happen. You can look at this and then you can see that on the left hand side there are different tasks which are demonstrating its versatility. JanusCoder can take part in web UI generator or editing, where it modifies web page code based on screenshots and user instructions. It can also create visual artifacts such as complete web applications, and I will also try it out. It can perform demonstration and dynamic visualization generation. So what it means is that it can even build or update interactive visuals from examples, which is quite interesting. It even handles chart to code and animation generation, where an image or motion reference is converted into executable code, for example, Python or even Manim scripts. So if you look at the more deeper technical side of things, it is combining vision and language understanding inside one powerful transformer-based system. So what happens under the hood is that visual elements like screenshots or graphs, they go through a vision encoder that translates images into numerical patterns, while code and text inputs pass through a language encoder that does the same for words and syntax. These two streams meet in a shared representation space that allows the model to reason about visuals and code together. So this is what is happening under the hood. Let's go back and check what is happening. Okay, so everything is now downloaded and installed. And now let me launch my Jupyter notebook. Let's first load the model, and the model is now loaded. First, let's do chart to inference or chart to code. So you see, I'm going to provide it this image from my local system. This is the bar chart here, and I'm going to ask it, after providing it this image, that given this chart, reproduce the code in Python, and the base would be the image which I just showed you. The rest is the standard where we are encoding the input, model is generating the output, and we are printing the code here. So let me run this. And it has produced the code, which looks good to me, but let me run this to see what it does. So this is the whole code. Let's run this in the next cell. And as it requires matplotlib and numpy, so let me first install that. And now I'm going to run this whole code. I have just copy pasted it. And there you go, it has displayed the whole plot. I will also give you, compare the original one. So this is the dockling and all that stuff. And the bar also looks quite good to me. What do you think? I think this is perfect. Very impressive. You see, all the numbers are correct. This is very impressive. Next up, I'm going to ask it to use this reference image for a simple harmonic motion, and then create me a whole visualization where I could move the slider, and then it should give us the slider plus motion of a spring and oscillator, and they should all update in real time. Let's see if it is able to do that code or not. Let me run this, and while it is loaded, let me show you the VRAM consumption. So it is consuming just over 43 gig of VRAM. And there you go, it has produced the full HTML code, and there is a lot of them, and looks pretty good. Let me open it in the browser. There you go. What do you think? Looks pretty good. Let me move this frequency and the other knobs. Let's do the angular one. Wow. Let's move this amplitude. And it is very interactive. It is all real time. I'm just playing around with it. So these are the radians and stuff. Look at this spring. Can you believe that? And this is all running in one HTML file generated by a model in few seconds. All local, all private. So you can see, I think JanusCoder has taken it various notches up just in 88 billion size. There is also a 14 billion if you're interested. And there could be a lot of other use cases. You could just simply take a screenshot of your website and then ask the model to update the code. You can also do that because it also accepts both text and image input. You can give your code, you can give your website code, and then just change it accordingly through your text prompt. Sky is the limit here for your innovation. That's it. Let me know what do you think. I already have been covering intern LMs, a lot of models, each and every model, by the way, for a long time, as you can see here. And they have been evolving fairly nicely. And one thing I was quite surprised that they have used the name JanusCoder, whereas DeepSeek also has the Janus Pro model, by the way. The Janus name seems quite popular. Anyway, that's it. Please like the video and subscribe, and consider becoming a member, as that helps a lot. Thank you for all the support.